Bodyblade is a tri-plane training tool, and I'm going to demonstrate for you the 3 planes of motion that we can move our body through. And I also want to start off by describing the physical plane as well as the movement plane, and then I'm going to demonstrate an exercise for you. The physical plane, the sagittal plane, will divide your body into left and right halves. The movement in the sagittal plane is to move forward and back as though you were bowing. An example of a sagittal plane exercise is to do a chest press, because as the body blade is driving back and forth, what it's doing is trying to throw us off balance. So this becomes a sagittal plane exercise. The second plane of motion is the frontal plane. The frontal plane divides your body into front and rear halves. That's the physical plane. The movement plane is to go side to side. And let's do a jab, because a jab is an example of a frontal plane exercise. Why? Because it's forcing you to go back and forth. You know, and obviously you don't see a lot of movement when we do these exercises, and I have a favorite slogan that I like to say: a person who looks like they're doing the least is doing the best. And what does that mean? As you look at Christy, you see how beautifully her body is contracting here. She is perfectly matching the opposing forces that are coming into and pulling away from her body. So her brain and her muscular system, all based on core stabilization first, those deep spinal muscles and the abdominal muscles, that's what's coming into play first. So you see this coordinated, great, simple movement. When you look at the hand and the hand is calm and moving very little, that's the best key to know that you are doing that correctly. The transverse plane divides your body into upper and lower portions. The movement in the transverse plane is rotation. And an example of that is the hip and thigh sculptor, orienting the body blade vertically, the narrow side, and we go left to right. And you can see when you look at Christy's hips and you see my hips, they're both rotating along the axis of our body. This is the transverse plane. So now that you know your 3 planes of motion, we're going to do 3 exercises very quickly to take you through all of them. We're going to start in the chest press. All right, so here's our sagittal plane exercise. Now watch how easily we go into our jab, frontal plane, and we come right back around in front of our body into a hip and thigh sculptor, and we get the transverse plane. But this is really key. Every single exercise that we do is addressing all 3 planes of motion all of the time. So even though the chest press is predominantly a sagittal plane exercise, your body still has to bring in frontal plane and transverse plane stabilization along with that exercise. So you're always in a tri-plane environment when you're training with Bodyblade to activate your body 100% of the time in all 3 planes of motion. And that's part of the beauty of the system, is to train your body to be efficient, to be smooth, to be powerful, to be balanced, to be coordinated all the time with every exercise.